The Walking Dead is one of the best shows out there right now, but I know it might seem weird due to its fans.
Daryl, no, stop. Daryl, stop it. Rick.
Selfish? Listen to me, Alvor. I was out there every day looking for that little girl. I took a bullet and arrow in the process for you, Pete.
But trust me, The Walking Dead has some disturbing moments, and we're gonna cover them here. We're going to start from the least disturbing all the way up to the most. Number 1, Season 4, Episode 2, Infected. Season 4 was a weird era for Rick Grimes. He was kind of in his pacifist era, because the season before, Rick was going crazy. I mean, he was going psycho. He was seeing his dead wife everywhere he went. He just had no chill. I think it's one of the seasons where Rick has no chill for anybody. He just starts killing people. And his son Carl was actually going down the same path. Carl, after the governor had attacked Rick, there was one of his minions had walked by Carl, exposing their hiding spot. But he was just a kid. Carl did not care, and Carl pulled out his water gun and shot him. And Herschel was very upset by this, and that's when Rick knew he had to change for the good. Not only was Rick a pacifist, kind of, in Season 4, but he was in his little farmer era as well. In Season 4, there was all of these walkers in the main gate of the prison, and it was about to burst, it was about to collapse. The chain wall could not handle it anymore. I'm telling you, there was 1,000 walkers on that fence, and it looked like they were all attracted to the farm. But you realize the real reason on why they were all attracted, and I won't say that here, but in case this is kind of a spoiler, but in case people want to watch it, I'm not gonna spoil it. But Rick has these pet pigs, and the walkers are attracted to them. That's what he thinks. And Rick really does not want to give them away to the walkers, but he kind of has to. So he goes out on his truck, cuts them open, and leaves them out there. And Rick, he has a sad moment, because he kind of liked those pigs, and he just had to let them go like that. But the reason why this is number 1 is because this kind of signifies that Rick can't escape who he is. Sometimes he has to kill. Number 2, the governor's daughter. In Season 3, you meet a man named the Governor. He doesn't choose to go by this name, but his people call him that. I know this is a project, but I'm not going to go in depth onto who the Governor is and what his plans are. If you want to find that out, watch the show. Anyways, in Season 3, Episode 8, titled Made to Suffer, we find out that the governor's daughter is actually a walker, and he's been keeping her alive in this kind of makeshift jail cell. He's been keeping her alive, playing music to her, so he could hopefully jog her memory. This one isn't really disturbing, but it's more on the fact that it's sad. He also keeps heads of walkers in fish tanks. I don't know what the reason for this is, but it's kind of weird. Number 3, Sophia's disappearance. There won't be a specific episode name for this, because this strands out for a whole season. Season 2 to be specific. Carol's daughter, Sophia, goes missing after a walker chased her into the woods. The whole season is about the gang trying to find her, which after Carl gets shot, eventually leads them to a farmhouse owned by Herschel. We find out that Herschel keeps walkers in a barn, because he thinks that there's normal people that are just sick. Shane opens the barn doors, and there, a little walker girl walks out. The girl Sophia. This one is extremely sad. And a little spoiler, this is not going to be Carol's last appearance on the list. So yeah, bro. The show just needs to give her a break, bro. Number 4, Lizzie. Now, I just want to let you know that these final 2 are going to be some of the most disturbing ones on this list, because after all, we are climbing up. As you guys know, I've been doing the more tamer ones. Jesus will be doing the more extreme ones. Just want to let you know. Season 4, Episode 14, The Groove. After Carol gets kicked out of Rick's group, and yes, you heard me right, Carol, she's back on the list. Carol was kicked out after Rick found out that she had put Tyrese's girlfriend to sleep forever. Rick was mad. Now, the reason she did this was because they were sick, and she was afraid that the sickness was going to kill the girl she was looking out for after her dad had turned. Enough with the backstory, let's get into it. Lizzie and her sister Mika are pretty different from each other. Lizzie does not mind hurting real people, but when it comes to walkers, she can't hurt them. Like, as hard as she can't. Now, Mika is the opposite. She thinks that hurting people is bad, and hurting walkers are okay because they're not real people. I'm gonna skip a lot here, but please trust me. Trust me, watch this episode of The Walking Dead. It's so sad and so creepy, dude. Anyways, Carol and Tyrese ironically end up together after the prison blew up from the attack of the governor. Carol went back to pick up Lizzie and Mika and bumped into Tyrese. Carol and Tyrese go on a trip together, leaving the three girls on their own. Lizzie, Mika, and Judith. Carol and Tyrese come back, and to their horror is a little Lizzie standing there with a bloody knife. And Mika is laying on the floor. Carol comes close, but Lizzie pulls out a water gun. And she says,
"We have to wait. I need to show you. You'll see. You'll finally get it. We have to wait."
She also says,
"You and Tyrese should take Judith back. It's not safe for her."
But Judith can change too. I was just about.
She can't even walk yet.
which, by the way, Judith is, well, not technically Rick's daughter, but somewhat. Anyways, Carol convinces her to lower her weapon, which after she does, she takes Lizzie on a trip, where she unfortunately has to make her sleep. This one is so creepy, dude. I remember seeing this episode and being so stunned. I was shocked. Like, and I was so mad at Lizzie too. Like, Lizzie, why are you hurting your sister, dude?
Number 6.
Alright, so what Juan was just talking about was pretty bad, but we're moving on to like the bad stuff, you know, like some bad stuff. Alright, so we're gonna be talking about Negan's wife and her death. So her death was pretty sad, if I do say so myself. Negan took a big turn for the worst after his wife died, and I mean, it's pretty sad. I don't know what else to say besides it was sad, pretty messed up. I'll let you guys be the judge of this one. Alright, this is also spoilers, so yeah.
Times I find it feels that way. And I'm not trying to forget her, just understand how I'll be feeling on that day. It's just like seeing her for the first time again.
Alright, so as you can see, Negan came back from getting her like cancer medication, and then she wasn't answering, so he went to go check down, and he was scared that she wasn't answering, and then he saw like letters on the door, and then he opened it, and then he saw her dead. So the letter said, "Don't leave me like this." I think she meant that don't leave me like as a zombie, and she wanted him to kill her so she wouldn't have to suffer through the zombie. And he also has a cool bat that he named after his wife. And the bat comes in later in number 10.
Number 7.
Alright, so we're back with another Negan clip. Well, in this Negan clip, he's thinking he's Tyler Durden. He thinks he's Tyler Durden. And I say this because he's fighting Simon, and Simon is the person who is Simon in the show is actually Trevor from GTA. That's pretty cool. And yeah. And also in the upcoming clip, after Negan beats Simon up like really bad, because Simon wants to like be the boss, doesn't want to get bossed around by Negan anymore, so he tries to kill Negan, but he loses, and he dies and turns into a walker and gets tied up outside in the courtyard. you can see, Negan the GOAT won the fight versus Simon, and he tied, like I said before the clip, I played the clip, Simon got tied up like on a fence as a walker. So I just put a picture of that up.
Number 8.
Alright, so now we're talking about a whole different group of people. The Whispers, and they're like they're really messed up people. So they don't care about like leaving people behind if it means they'll live. The rest of them will live. So in this clip, it shows an example of what type of group of people they are. And it's pretty messed up, but they've done worse. So I'll just show you. Alright, so the bald lady, her name is Alpha, and she's like the leader of the group. So she's like really bad, and she made the mom leave their baby behind. So yeah, this is a really good example of what type of people they are.
Number 9.
Alright, so the Whispers are back, and they're out for revenge. So they kidnap some people from Alexandria, and it's basically sending a message to what they would do to get what they want. And I don't think that's a good way to get to send a message. I think they purposely let one escape, which is their doctor, just so they could infiltrate them with like a fake double agent. So yeah, I'm just gonna play the clip. This is pretty gruesome, and that's why I had to blur out. What I blurred out were people's craniums on sticks, and this was all just because of a dispute over two civilizations in the apocalypse. And like Juan said earlier, that wouldn't be Carol's last child. Her new child, well, in the later seasons, his name is Henry, and he put too much trust into this girl that was a part of the Whispers, and that got them killed and put on sticks. His ignorance cost people their lives, and that's why some people just don't like him in general.
Number 10.
So Negan's back, and we're on season 7, episode 1, after we got left on a cliffhanger in season 6. We got introduced to the Saviors in season 6, and we met Negan at the end of season 6. So in this episode, Negan kills two main characters in the show. And personally, one of them was my favorite, and I did not like this episode. I did not like Negan for this, but I got over it. And yeah, this is pretty messed up what he did, and I just have no words. After witnessing Negan kill two of Rick's members, after witnessing Negan kill two of his friends, Rick told Negan that he will one day kill him, and Negan just laughed at his face and dragged him to his RV and told his men that it was okay to kill the rest of Rick's group. And that's where the episode leaves off. And to find out the rest, you'll have to watch The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Someone put it at the end of the project. Let's go! Let's go!